It is important to monitor and measure how much has been executed in comparison with what was planned originally. There are well-established methods to do that. With a formal schedule in place, one must perform periodic verifications with periodicity that is adequate to the project's duration and complexity. For example, for a 3-month long project, weekly verifications would be adequate. For a 1-year project, bi-weekly verifications could be enough. More frequent verifications can reduce risks of big differences between planned and executed, as less frequent verifications, for example, monthly, are not recommended even for long projects spanning many years. The deviations recovery opportunities in a project with such large intervals between verifications would be more limited. There are two standard measures to monitor projects: the EAC and the ETC. EAC is the acronym for Estimate at Completion, that corresponds to the estimated cost to execute a whole project, while the ETC, Estimate to Complete, corresponds to how much is lacking to complete a project. One can infer, based on these definitions, that in the beginning of a project, EAC is equal to ETC. As the project is executed, the ETC changes, expected to diminish, while the EAC would remain static. The difference between the two would be the actual costs, or AC. Thus, EAC equals ETC plus AC. The EAC should be equal or inferior to the budget dedicated to the project. In the case of varying costs, once the manager notices in the periodic verification that the project is costing more than foreseen, the ETC is not going down with the passing time and the AC is increasing constantly, he or she must report the fact to the project directors and identify the causes of the variance. If possible, also giving suggestions on how to eliminate or minimize it at the end of the project. If no ways of reducing the variance are identified, the project should be replanned with new schedule and budget, and maybe with changes in other project variables, like team size and project scope. In projects where the main cost item is the project's team time, the EAC and ETC may be expressed not in monetary values, but in project dedication number of hours, man-hour. The most important is that at any given moment, the ETC and AC be realist and timely reported, in time to make changes to get the executed project closer to the planned. Till now, we talked about the budget overrun scenario, which is typically more frequent than the scenario where at the end of the project the sum ETC plus AC is less than the EAC. The latter scenario is possible, generating a remnant budget. In this case, a more detailed verification on the scope of the delivered project's product service should be made due to the risk of reduced scope compared to the initially planned, or the risk of lower quality. The estimate process at the beginning of the project and at the checkpoints must be executed by people with good knowledge of the project's object and its execution context, and if possible, with previous experience in similar projects. We'll continue in the next video.